Welcome back, fellow enemy fire. We are here, and it's time to glaze Christian Pulisic. Like, absolute pride, Christian Pulisic right now. Anyway, James, what happened this weekend? Or was this Monday or Tuesday? Dude, this just happened. It happened. I don't know when, but it happened. And
over the weekend, over the weekend, Christian Pulisic became the first player in Europe to contribute to at least a goal, whether it was him scoring or him assisting a goal in a 7-game streak. It is the longest streak of any player in Europe, and it's Christian Pulisic. And it begs the question, has he done enough to earn the title world class?
Hold on. The answer is yes. But before we get that,
No.
what was his latest goal? What was his latest of that run?
The latest goal, which I'll show here in pictures, was him standing over a corner.
Shout out to Unamas.
Valiantly, like a champion he is. And by the way, it is Champions League match.
It is Champions League.
And he's looking down, and he notices, look at this, the way the goalkeeper is creeping out there. They're playing Bruges. I don't know, Bruges?
Hold on, don't you dare hit play yet. Hold on.
I can't hit play. It's illegal.
Is he working on a mullet?
He does have some sort of little party in the back situation going on there. Maybe some curls.
God, he is quite literally the most Rizless player on the U.S. team, but he's the best. This sucks. Anyway, if you look at this picture,
he notices that the keeper is far out, and here are the defenders also well far out, and his team in black, gray, as they are sitting right there. A couple guys in the box, and he's gonna
depending on your color blindness level.
Keeper's not really paying attention as much as he should be. He's a little focused on the guys around him, and Pulisic takes this, boom, it's off into the air. Right now, the goalkeeper has fallen into the net. What is going on here?
Oh boy, what happened? What's in there as well? Oh, it looked the ball. Yo, does he try this?
So here's the ball in the middle, and then boom. The goalkeeper's running back, but it's already too late. He's like fumbling. It goes right around him and into the net. Like his other defenders, they look like, clowns on Bozo the Clown Show.
Oh, they're trying, yeah.
And boom, there's the goal, and they go ahead 1-0 in the Champions League game.
So basically, he curved it in because that goalkeeper was out of place, out of position.
Yeah, he was out of position. He was definitely out of position.
Absolutely.
So the fact that he had to run back tells me that it curved in.
It did curve in. Did you not see this?
Yeah, I see it.
Wow, there's Chelsea fans. Dude, Chelsea fans are upset. This is traveling up in Chelseaville. We bought a player for $100 million and then sold world-class Pulisic, who is the best player in the world right now. We never learn. Signed a Chelsea fan. Wow.
I feel like this. I almost feel like this is my success. This episode has been me getting my flowers. I was right about Luis Suarez. I was the first of the three of us to acknowledge and accept the fact that Christian
I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to tell you right now. You better hope, you better hope that this is not like a one-season wonder. Like, if he continues this for the next couple...
Wait, stop. I'll stop you right there.
He's already had a big
Let me read
season
you the list of U.S. men's national team players to reach double-digit career goals in the Champions League.
Okay.
Christian Pulisic with 10.
Okay.
That's it. That's the list.
Wait, though. Hold on.
Look.
Not for right now.
You guys are hyping this up, all right?
He's been doing it, He's been doing it.
I get that.
Quietly.
I want to have this conversation 2-3 years from now. Mm-hmm. Like, if we get to that point where he's doing it every season,
let's see 20.
Then
up there.
If he does it every season for the next 2-3 years, then hey, the argument for world class, there it is. That's your argument. That's he's done it for the past 2-3 years. This is the first year where he's having a breakout season like this.
James, you are the deciding vote here. You originally have sided with DPG on Pulisic is not world class. I have said he is. Where do you currently stand today?
Damn, you guys are pushing me.
I'm putting you on the spot.
I'm just saying this.
I
I'm
don't
just
think you're
the
putting me on the spot so much as Christian's performance is putting us on the spot.
I get what's going on right now.
This is an incredible run of form, and runs of form
I'm excited too.
But wait, DPG, runs of form happen to non-world class players, right?
That's the thing.
Non-world class players can go on runs.
World class players can go on runs and can sustain a level of world class play, right? Non-world class players that have one season that they go on a run have a tendency to regress back to pre-world class play.
I think he's entering the zone. I think so. If this is a touchdown zone area, maybe he's at the 5 or the 3 yard line, and he is one goal line play away from entering into world class. Like he is right now he's adding on those feathers, right? And making the argument.
This is what I'll do. I won't wait 2 or 3 years. Next year, at the end of the year, around this time next year, we'll have this conversation again. Like if he can sustain this level of play in terms of like world class play, being among the best, then by all means, the man is like on another level beyond anything that the U.S. men's national team or the U.S. itself has ever produced.
He already is.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because that was going to be my next question. The one argument I have is this. I tried to watch a lot of Chelsea when he was there. And personally, I didn't see everything. But I personally believed that when he was on the field, he always produced. He never looked out of sorts. He always played well. He just was at times put on the bench for dumb reasons, meaning honestly, I think it was because Mason Mount is English. And they were forcing them to play Mason Mount instead. Now, secondly...
I'm hoping that was the case.
Well, and secondly... he was injured a lot there. So that happened as well. So if you take when he was on the field, I think he was still this player. He just didn't have enough consistent game time, whether it was his fault for injury or bad coaching, because we've now seen Thomas Tuchel sucked, Frank Lampard sucked. They all sucked. And that's my argument for him. Now, you brought it up. And I love that you did because I was about to bring it up. Is Christian Pulisic already the best U.S. player in the history? Outfield player.
Done.
Okay,
because
honestly, Tim Howard is my answer.
He's better than Dempsey. He's better than Donovan. He's better than Wijnaldum. He's better.
So hold on.
He's achieved higher levels to me than the goalkeepers. Any of the goalkeepers.
You think he's even cleared the keepers?
Absolutely. Far and away the best U.S. men's national team player.
I want to throw a criteria in this. Okay, because we both know that we can talk about club performance. We could talk about national team performance. Okay. By all means, right now, Christian Pulisic, with everything he has done so far in AC Milan, is by far probably one of the greatest achievements so far from an American player. By all means. I'm really hoping that this sticks and he goes on to have seasons. Maybe he might not have a crazy season like he's having now.
He's only leading the Serie A with most goals and assists since the beginning of 2024.
But even a slight dip for the next 3 or 4 years is a lot. Is saying a lot for his career.
Why do you keep fearing this dip, this non-existent dip in Christian Pulisic's
Because
form?
I just
don't get that. I expect this guy to he's reaching a plateau, right? I think there's going to be a plateau where he becomes the best he can ever be.
Hold on.
We haven't seen it yet, and he's already this good.
4 seconds. I want to say this about your plateau. You just said he was a goal line play away from being world class. That's everyone's plateau.
Yeah, right. But here's the thing.
But then when there's also a small window in time where you stay inside of that touchdown zone of world class, right?
You guys remember Luca Toni, the Italian player?
Oh, once you're world class forever. Because what about Schweinsteiger? Right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, hold on. Let's think of somebody who really embarrassed themselves.
John Terry?
I mean, Gareth Bale.
Didier Drogba?
Gareth Bale. Probably one of the best players on the planet.
Yeah, but Didier
season.
Drogba kept that up for like a while in Chelsea.
Didier Drogba did not score the amount of goals you think.
I'm saying at some point these world-class players get old, right? And do they remain world-class players at that point? I think they do still.
Christian Pulisic was 24 years old right now?
Is Pogba
No, he's 27.
Is it 20?
Hold on, how old is Pulisic? 26, 27?
I'll double check.
44.
He's 44.
No, Pulisic is 26.
Okay.
All right.
So he's basically at that point where it's hit or it's basically is at that. So normally in their late 20s is probably when everybody has like their career moments.
He's in his prime.
So if he really is world class, this is the start of the next 4 seasons of this.
Exactly. That's kind of what I was trying to get at. Saying this is this beginning. If he does this, even past 30, like. Hell, if he can make it up to 34 years old.
Well, look at Eden Hazard is eating off of 2 seasons, so like 4 years worth of this kind of play.
Eden Hazard was world class at one point. Would you still call him world class?
Who, Pogba? Yeah, but
Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard. And now think about this: the same question for Paul Pogba, who's only 31 years old.
Well, like, look at Michael Owen. Same thing happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hold on. Before we move to Pogba, though, and I apologize for cutting you off,
So
DPG.
not all players remain world-class.
Well, they don't stay world-class, but they always are world-class. Like, okay, if you're president and then you, like, lose an election, you're a former president.
You're still Mr. President.
So, like,
every president's still Mr. President. Right.
There you go. So hold on. Before I apologize. I don't want to get this.
Because once we put world class on Christian Pulisic, there's no taking it back.
Correct. Now, before we do that, we were talking about the best ever US. And honestly, I want to nail you guys down on exactly who you think. My personal answer is like here's my answer. Pulisic could be at the end of his career. Currently, he is cleared by a country mile any other outfield player ever. The only person ahead of Pulisic in my brain is Tim Howard. Because look at Everton. If Everton not only would have been relegated, like not only were Everton not relegated, but they were in the top 10 every season with Tim Howard. And the second he left, guess what? They've been 17th every year since.
How about this, Toke? Pulisic is ahead of everybody. Tim Howard is slightly behind Pulisic.
Yes.
In your opinion?
Yes.
In my opinion, it is. I get what Tim Howard. I get what Tim Howard did.
Yes.
And you're right. What Everton, by all means, all respect. But obviously, it always, this is a common thing in soccer, is the goalkeeper never gets the glory unless they're saving up a penalty. No. But like, Christian Pulisic is ahead of the whole pack. Tim Howard is literally right behind him. Because everything he achieved in Everton, come on, he was, Friedel and Casey Keller, they had stints with different clubs.
Yeah, I almost said that. I think Friedel might have had like the best season ever as an American keeper, but like as a career, Tim Howard had a better career, in my opinion.
Yeah, because Tim Howard actually had that in a consistent level. Like he stuck with Everton for a couple of years. It wasn't like, like Casey Keller was bouncing between Premier Leagues and championship teams with La Liga bottom teams and mid-table teams, and vice versa. Friedel the same thing. Friedel just hung around English teams.
Casey. Why can't you think of his goddamn name? You just said it.
Friedel, Casey Keller.
Casey Keller. He actually played in Germany too, and he has been super salty lately about all sorts of stuff. I hope everything's okay at home for him.
But I mean, honestly,
hold on, DPG. You kind of shocked me because I personally would have called it hating, but I felt like you were kind of a Christian Pulisic hater, and it slightly shocks me to hear you say you think he's already the best American ever.
The reason why I'm saying this now is because you were hyping Christian Pulisic before any of this started. You're like, oh my god, oh my god. Like I'm telling you, bro, calm down. Because he could be an injury away from like this all ending.
I disagree. This had started before this. This started well before. This has been going on to the point where Toke's like, let's tune in.
But not at this level. Not at this level.
Yes. Okay.
Not
that's
at
fair.
this level. You know, he's
achieved a new level. Yes.
I mean,
pandemic
Pulisic was something to see, man.
But I mean, he's achieved like this man is contributing to AC Milan both in the Serie A and the Champions League. This man is scoring in the Champions League. That was a fantasy on its own for any USMNT fans 15 years ago. Now it's literally a reality.
Man, you know what? We didn't think about this, but you just like busted something in my brain. With Pulisic scoring in Europe, I kind of thought like, oh shoot, we should check and see how many Dempsey goals there were in European competition.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't Champions League, right? But then it made me think like that goal against Fulham. What do you think we didn't have any thought here, unfortunately, but what do you think the best club goal for a US player ever is? Is it that Dempsey goal?
Dempsey for Tottenham or Dempsey for Fulham? Which?
No, Dempsey for Fulham in the UEFA against Juventus, that like bomb he hit.
Let's see.
And then I guess another one would be another.
Wait, was Dempsey versus who?
Juventus in Europa League. And I'm trying to think of another one. I mean, Brian McBride had a goal that saved promotion saved Fulham from relegation. That's a big one. I mean,
you know what? Those goals. I mean, and not taking anything away from those guys, not taking anything of anything away from the significance of those goals. But keep in mind, you just mentioned Brian McBride saved this team from being relegated. Tim Desi scored on a Juventus team that was basically in the rebuilding phase. Because let's keep in mind, wasn't this like the season the first season back for Juventus after being relegated to Serie B because of the whole.
It may have been.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that we have Christian Pulisic who's scoring on the best clubs in the world, not fighting relegation, not scoring on a club that's on a rebuild. He's scoring on a Champions League game on a regular basis. He's contributing goals on a regular basis. That's saying a lot. 15 years ago, if you would have told me, yeah, we're going to have a kid that's going to be scoring in the Champions League, I would have been like, I don't know. I mean, look what happened to them. So then in theory,
I guess this is probably the best goal in a U.S. For a U.S. player at club level ever. This is Olympico that Pulisic scored.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, yeah.
It's got to be, because the best one before that was Dempsey that James is pulling up here.
It almost looks like, what is this? Is this like, okay. But like I'm saying,
a minute ago.
If you want me to eat crow because I was bashing Pulisic, by all means, I will fucking eat crow.
No, it's not that. I just was shocked to hear you say the logical thing, but like, I was shocked to hear you say he's the best U.S. player ever.
He is. I mean, if anything,
already too, and he's only 26.
I mean, honestly, bro, if anything, he pretty much kind of opened the door wide open for European teams to actually take a chance on younger American players.
So, James, just a little bit of context. They needed that fourth goal because of goal differential. Like they had to get those goals. Like it wasn't just like, oh, it's a blowout, so Dempsey did something stupid. Like they needed that goal.
Like I can't play it, but all I could do is show it in clips.
No, I feel you.
So,
but I mean, honestly,
there he is. He's on the ball.
DPG kind of sold me, man. He just
turns and cranks it. Look at how fast he gets this shot off.
Yeah.
It's actually
it's pretty shocking.
My thing has always been, I want to avoid one season wonders. Like, last thing I want is for Pulisic to have this amazing season and then not do anything for next season, which is not. It's not looking like it is. As long as things stay stable in AC Milan, there's not like managerial changes or drastic changes. He's going to continue this.
Well,
but
I
again,
mean, honestly, like for me, I feel like this. We live in a world where if it's not the greatest ever, it's trash. So like I don't believe that. There's a large swath of things in between. So honestly, I feel like this is Pulisic's wish you were here. Like he already did the dark side of the moon. Like this is him already doing it, quote unquote, again, in my opinion.
You know what? A lot of times a player needs a change of scenery.
Not wrong.
And you know what?
Like
and sometimes we're still waiting. We're still waiting on that one. But anyways, like, you ever seen maybe that's what Pulisic. Like, I was excited when he signed with Chelsea. I was thinking, oh my god, this kid's gonna like blow up in Chelsea. I was excited, but then he was coming off the bench and not being used as much as I wanted to see him.
I mean, he played striker in the Champions League final. That's not his position.
Yeah, so, and that's what kind of got me to, like, almost second guess, like, man, where is this really his potential? Like, is he going to end up, like, jumping around leagues? But the fact is that he got himself in a great situation, AC Milan. Everything started clicking. And you know what? And that goes back to, hey, some players need a change of scenery. And the fact that he got that change of scenery and the fact that he's producing the way he's producing is not only is it making, the argument that, hey, this is probably the greatest U.S. men's national team player or the best U.S. player ever produced, but now, he's making Chelsea fans pissed off for their club.
I love it. By the way, it couldn't happen to a better group of people. Anyway, I wonder. Wait, I got one last Pulisic question for the two of you. One last Pulisic point. After this year, you know what's going to happen. The teams that have too many players where he's going to have to fight for time are going to come knocking.
Honestly,
that's a problem. That's a good problem.
Does he Jordan Morris this thing and stay at AC Milan, or does he try to go to Real? Try to go to
There's
Barcelona?
nothing wrong with staying at AC Milan and becoming A, their talisman, B, they're involved in Champions League year after year after year, and they're at the top of their table. They're consistently fighting for the top of their table. He's in a good squad. If this is the best team he plays with, and he plays here for 10 years, how awesome would that be? How would have Italy loved him?
You know what? That's exactly what I was thinking, James. You basically took the words out of my mouth. Like, I always had this notion that unless you're something of an odd commodity that Real Madrid signs you and you blow up.
Wait, Zlatan Ibrahimovic?
No, not even that. Like, you got your Vinicius, you got like, if you go way back in the day, you had Morientes, you had Raul, you had all Figo. Like, if Real Madrid does that and you blow up, by all means, that's a Real Madrid thing. But you know what's another Real Madrid thing is when they buy players just to buy them and keep them on the bench and basically just kill their career.
Yeah.
And we saw that with Michael Owens, we saw it with Kaká. Isco. So, like James said, he should stay at
so wait, hold on. I'm not gonna let you get away with that. Kaká won a fucking Ballon d'Or.
I don't know if he should stay at AC Milan. It's okay for him to stay at AC Milan because I mean, like, what if he goes over to Britain? If he goes to UK, where does he end up? At a Tottenham or a second or a third place club? He's probably not going to Liverpool or Man City.
Tottenham's going to replace Son with him. Tottenham's going to sell Son and buy him.
What about Liverpool and Salah?
Hold on. But this is the reason why I want him to stay in AC Milan, because he's already settled in. He's producing. He's a major contributing factor to his club. As you mentioned, you know what? If he could Eric Cantona this club, definitely stay in this club. Definitely don't bother moving. Just stay in this club. Mm-hmm. Because I have a feeling that if he goes to anywhere else, there's going to be an adjustment period. You're gonna have to deal with a new manager, with a new form of play, with a new tactic, with new teammates that don't understand what you're doing or don't know how to assist you, so to speak. So, and then what if that doesn't work out? You know, what if that doesn't work out?
No, I want him to stay. It seems to be working, gentlemen. I think I'm happy to hear your guys' opinions because I've been fully on board with him being world class.